Hey guys, this is Crowbar Zero, and today we're here with PC Noob's Tower. And you'll notice this meme, Chronofield Duration. I figured since his channel has a lot of beautiful meme-ish content, I think this is perfect for him. So we're gonna get into it. I haven't looked a lot into what he's got, but yeah, I got this one to get the ball rolling. And so we're gonna jump in. We're gonna take a since we just had our Chronofield meme about getting the duration done. We're gonna look at his ultimate weapon. So Death Wave, we've got GT, we've got Black Hole, all at the 3 minute cooldown, so absolutely perfect for getting smart missiles as the next ultimate weapon. But you know what? While he's doing that, I think it's a perfect time to work on chronofield duration. And by the time that he's done with that, that meme is going to be so applicable. Because he's going to be like, oh my god, like, that lab was horrible. I hated it. I hate my life. But it'll take a long time, so dedicate a slot to that. So it's when you need it, you're not going to be sitting there going, I should have done this earlier, kind of thing. Um, yeah. Let's see. We do have his labs up right here. Let's see what he's cooking. We've got Golden Tower Duration. We've got Death Wave Soul Bonus. That's actually good. Lab Speed. That's perfect. Common Drop Chance. I think he's watching my videos because, yeah, I would probably do roughly about the same as what he's got here. So I think the only thing that I'd change out is maybe swap out some GT Duration. Um, but the rest of these are solid as far as I can tell. Yeah, swap this out for Chronofield Duration. And yeah, so I'm going to go back to this. So if you add 12 seconds to that, that gives you 36 duration for Black Hole. So if you wanted to, you could put two more upgrades into duration, so these match up. Or you can just leave it as is, whichever works for you. Yeah, yeah, I would go for hopefully you can pull smart missiles in that next batch. Um, Hopefully it's there. Crossing my fingers for you. Yeah. Bots, we've got 119 seconds. So a little bit of work in the labs, but not a huge chunk right now. Hmm. Given what you have already, you could actually work on maybe the labs at some point, somewhere to reduce this down. But you've got a lot as far as the metals to invest to get this down. But if you did get this down to like 100 seconds, that would sync. No, it would not synchronize with this. There goes my great, wonderful thought process. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the coin bot for now. Quick mental math sometimes. Yeah. So looks like this is what you've got for your farming. If I think, um, hmm. So it looks like right now you're preloading your Dimension Core for mostly farming. You don't have Chain Lightning yet, so it really doesn't do anything for you. But alternatives. Oh, it's a tough one. I would say tournament or for farming, maybe dedicate your own chip to that. I think that would be helpful for some of the tournament RNG. Or if you wanted to dedicate it for farming, so every now and then it focuses on the boss, and you make sure that you've got your spotlight bonus going towards that kill for like spotlight coins. That could be a possibility as well, but if you're trying to get better substats on things, you're probably fine with this. I might gear more like your Dimension Core for tournament use, and HC maybe for farming. Um, but yeah, so for the field duration, let's see here. And you're already working on module stuff. You could do maybe finish out rare drop chance. That would also help drop a lot of modules so that you can have extra fodder to pull together to upgrade your modules without needing to pull those rares. So this would be probably be a good one versus the daily mission shards. You could do a little bit of both at the same time, but it probably give a little bit more higher priority for the rare drop chance, assuming that you're constantly farming. Let's see here. That's that patch, so I have to jump out here. Waves required, that's fine. It looks like you got a lot of the perk stuff maybe already. No, there's a trade-off. That's probably up in your favorites. This wave amp damage eventually down the line will be really nice. But for now, for where you're at, it's not too terribly important. Once you get all of the econ stuff on a minimal cooldown, that's when that one's gonna shine. I don't see chronofield duration, so I'm guessing that's up in your favorites. Let's see. Package. Looks like you probably have recovery package lab up in your favorites as well. But enemy attack level skips and health level skips, those are both pretty good. So you could toss those in there as well. Given where you're at, I'd probably give a little bit more preference towards enemy attack level skip before the health level skip. They'll both will be used. Let's see. I might do like one level of these guys, and then if you can afford, maybe like one level of Wall Fort. Um, at some point, I'd probably do that, and then maybe I would not use my wall just so that you've got time to build up these labs, so that wall is actually doing something for you. Because that base unlock kind of like a lot of the ultimate weapons, it just doesn't do a lot until you spend a lot of time and resources on it. Or boss hits pretty good. I don't know if we skipped orb speed, but that might be up in your favorites as well. I'm guessing like damage and attack speed are probably up in favorites as well as crits. Let's see where that's at. Yeah, critical factor, we've got health regen up there, we've got health. Um, Workshop respec, that's really good. Spotlight missiles, that's very good. Um, hmm. Death Wave cells is very good. The coin bonus is very good. Um, got the chrono field duration. The chrono field damage reduction you don't have to worry about for a while. It's not going to do a whole lot of good for you initially on unlock because you're not going to have that 100% uptime. Later on, when you do have that 100% uptime, then it's helpful. The orb speed, though, it looks like you're almost max on that, if I recall. So that's nice. We have a lot of new favorites. I'd probably remove garlic thorns because you're already done with that. Recovery package chance, okay. Okay. I'd probably do ban perk over the auto pick. But common drop, you definitely want to finish that. So you've got reroll shards and mission shards. They're about equals, so that's pretty good. Yeah, just finish out that if you can. And this was a earlier setup that you had for your labs. Alright, so let's go to the newest set of labs. I think that's this one. You're finishing up the common drop. That's good. Daily mission. I'd say let's uh, you get a couple ones that are really good. I'm thinking for now. Spotlight missiles. And then don't do spotlight missiles quite yet. We definitely want one of these for chrono field duration. I don't want everything just focused on the future. I also want some stuff that's like it's going to benefit you a bit right now. Let's put chrono field duration down instead of mission shards. So you're already getting more shards. We'll dedicate this one for your module related stuff. Lab speed, that's fine. Definitely try to finish out the Death Wave spell bonus. Gotta decide that last one. That's a toughie. Since you're already using G-Comp, recovery package chance is nice. It's going to make sure you get those recovery packages a lot more often, so you're getting as much as you can as far as your cooldowns proccing. It's going to be pretty minor, I would say, but it's a little bit of progress now. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good ones in here. And it's just that balance of like, what's the best choice? Uh, Deathwave stuff. We've got the Spotlight clone bonus and Spotlight missiles. Let's do the mix in between cells and coin bonus here. Up here, I think we're going to do Spotlight related stuff. So that would be either Spotlight missiles or Spotlight coin bonus. Given where you're at right now, you don't have a lot of stones right now. Mm. Mm. This is tough. So I think you've got the target priorities already done. So you can, or do you? Make sure. Do you have target priority done? Game speed, max stats, target priority. Yeah, you already have target priority. Okay. So you can do in Spotlight, and then you can. I'm thinking target priority for protectors, basics, and then everything else after that. So that way, if the game goes, oh, okay, there's an enemy in Spotlight, we can then go down the rest of the priority list. So you're shooting the prots that are in the Spotlight, and then you're shooting the basics. I think that's how I would go about that. And yeah, it's a really hard choice on that because you could go just dump on Spotlight coins. That's probably overall going to give you a little bit more bang for your buck immediately. And then after you finish that, I would go into Spotlight missiles. But you're probably going to want to pick up a workshop respec first. So maybe use that slot to do the workshop respec, which will take a pretty minimal amount of time for you. And then you can go back and forth between the two Spotlight related stuff. I am skipping over perks, and it might be something where instead of let's go back down to what you've got. Um, if you want to take a side mission off between doing stuff in your modules and doing stuff for perks, I would probably use this slot for that. Um, oh, it looks like we'll be getting enhancements kind of soon. That's cool. No, and you mentioned here that you've left health, attack speed, and lab speed in the dust. Mostly been focused on ultimate weapon and economy. Well, as long as you're doing this right now, the lab speed, you can revisit some of these other ones. But I think my other appointments are priority. Yeah, as I said, let's dedicate, the at least one of those lab slots to CF Duration because it takes so long. And the faster you can knock that sucker out, the better off you are. So just fire it up, forget it even exists there, just clench your teeth through the period of time that you just don't have that lab slot, and then you can throw that giant party at the very end when you're finally done with it. Because, oh, dude, when you finally finish, you're like, oh, it's finally done. Um, yeah. Otherwise, as far as like how you're probably doing things currently, I don't see anything that I could really comment on. You've got roughly kind of what I would probably use during farming runs anyway. Um, yeah, you could run maybe extra orbs and maybe just like the minimal just outside of your tower range. So when black hole goes off and the enemies get sucked into the black hole, the orbs can kind of mop up the some of the enemies for you. And it actually you already have it checked. So early farming, cool. You already got it. Um, it might be detrimental to the first chunk of your run, may or may not be, because you're trying to build as much death wave health, but you're also getting the bonus. You know, the hell with it. Yeah, I would just run extra orbs. You're probably fine. Um, you could probably try it like in the beginning. Maybe you'll have extra orbs on one run and then another one try to take off extra orbs and see how much coin you get at the very end of it. Um, I think that's a worthwhile test to run. As far as everything else, can't see the rest of your cards, but that's just kind of what's on top of my head. Yeah. Um, just looking to see if there's anything else that's jumping out at me. If you can run at minimal range, that'll be nice. Uh, which would require a respec, which right now you can't do because you don't have the lab done, so you're just rolling 3-ups anyway. Um, and then when you do respec, I would say let's go over to pull out of attack speed, critical chance, range, um, maybe damage, multi-shot chance, rapid fire chance, and bout shot chance. So the first part of the run, we're just going to. You might not even want to pull out of. Okay, yeah, yeah. You're going to pull out of all the chances and the damage per meter. In the first chunk of the fight. Here, so we're going to do that. We're going to pull out of thorns. We're going to pull out of knockback chance and back force. We're going to make sure that orbs are 0. Shockwave size, landmine chance, and we're going to reduce the free ups. Now, when you start a run, you're going to take off attack speed, you're going to take off damage, you're going to have a little bit of like you've got your early and your late farming, or at least I think that's for your like late farming. So that first slot, you're not going to have any of the damage except for Berserk. So I think you've got that. Maybe that's down below. Do you have... Yes, you do have the Berserk card. Okay. So that first chunk of the round, you're trying to take as many hits as possible because you want this to charge Berserk. Now, when Berserk is full, you're going to up your crit chance. You're going to put your damage cards on. You can increase your attack speed. And you can put on rapid fire. Because you're preferentially targeting enemies when they eventuality of them passing by your death wall, or death wall, then you're going to be preferentially killing enemies in your spotlight. So you'll be getting that spotlight point bonus, but if you put something like multi-shot or bounce shot chances are you're going to be hitting enemies outside of spotlight, and you don't want that as much. So yeah, it'll be kind of like a... Technically, I guess like a 3-phase. So you've got all your crit stuff on, you've got all your massive damage boosting your death wave early on, or as early as you can possibly start it. And then once you turn on... Basically, once you've got Berserk maxed, that's when you turn on your death wave, which of course, like, you have to sit there and watch your timings, probably pretty close to like ×1 speed. Turn it on when the rest of your econ goes off, so that next round when everything comes back on, you've got death wave going off at the same time as everything else, and you've got everything enhanced with Berserk or Berserker ASAP. Yeah. So your death wave will survive a lot longer as a result of that. And yeah. And then that last phase when you're just like, oh, I'm starting to get overwhelmed, that's when you chug in stats on everything else. You can use free ups, whatever. You turn on yeah. You could turn on spotlight missiles. Well, actually, at this point, I'd probably just maybe have it on, maybe not. It's infrequent enough where it's probably not going to do much. Yeah. I think that covers just about everything that I can think of off the top of my head. I hope that's helpful and kind of paving like, oh, this is the way forward for you. And yeah, for anyone who's watching, definitely check out the channel. Fun little meme shorts. Some of them definitely like, oh, yep, been there, done that. And yeah, I will catch you guys later.